So, guys, we have our main event for UFC Boston this Friday, October 18th. And it's a little bit of a conundrum for UFC fans because what I'm about to say to you isn't going to sound right. We have number 4, Dominick Reyes, fighting number 8, Chris Weidman, at light heavyweight. Now, all things I've just said usually wouldn't make any sense. Chris Weidman's not a light heavyweight. He's a middleweight. Dominick Reyes shouldn't be ranked ahead of Chris Weidman. Chris Weidman's a former champ. Well, things change, guys. And you're looking at a change of the guard at 205. Not only with Dominick Reyes, a young guy coming up through the ranks, winning some tough fights and some fights that necessarily some people didn't think he won, but against big, tough names. And then you have a guy like Chris Weidman looking to get back on track. And I've said this before, when you go to a new division, it's almost like a clean slate. That's good and bad because it's a clean slate, yeah, but you're also going to have to go through the ranks again. And while I don't necessarily see Chris Weidman fighting 6-7 fights to get to that title, he is going to have to fight a challenger, and Dominick Reyes is a challenger. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, this guy is for real. Very fast, very powerful guy, explosive in his strikes. Obviously, we know Chris Weidman is a phenomenal wrestler. Even looked really good before getting, unfortunately KO'd by Jacare. Looked really great on his feet. Got caught. It happens, but he looked really crisp on his feet. He was doing a good job of moving in and out of the pocket, landing his shots. They looked crisp. It didn't look overthrown. He didn't look overextended. It happens. But moving up to 205, this is a good matchup for both guys. And Jon Jones, for the longest time, has run through the division without any challengers. These two men might very well be those challengers that can give Jon Jones a competition he hasn't seen yet. Chris Weidman is a big guy. He's not only tall, but strong for his size. And one of the best, like I said, one of the best grapplers in his division at 185. Bringing that to 205, not a lot of guys can out-grapple Jon Jones. Chris Weidman could be in that conversation of guys that can hold their own. Dominick Reyes, an explosive young athlete looking to make his way up to the top and has done so by beating everybody in front of him. You can't take anything away from a guy like that. All he can do is go out there, give his best shot, and whatever the results may be, if he wins, he's got to move up the ladder. This is a very influential fight moving forward for light heavyweight. There is one boogeyman lurking in the dark, and we're not going to make this video about Johnny Walker, but Johnny Walker's lurking there. These two gentlemen right here, we could be looking at the next number 1 contender. Dominick Reyes, Chris Weidman, going to fight it out, main event this Friday. And I have a feeling it's really close to that New York Providence. Chris Weidman's going to have a ton of fans there. Dominick Reyes is going almost into enemy territory, and Jon Jones is going to have not one, but both eyes on these two guys. We could be looking at the next contender at 205.